An article out this week in the Free Press reads, quote, by striking Iran directly, the Trump administration is dismantling, whether by design or by consequence, a pillar of China's regional architecture. Zineb Riboua joins me now. She is a research fellow at the Hudson Institute. Thank you for being here. What makes Iran valuable to China?
There are many things that make Iran very valuable to China, but to summarize, I would say that there are mainly four extremely important ones. The first one is oil. China takes 1.3 million barrels a day of Iranian crude, and it's over 80% of Iran's total exports. And it also runs through a shadow network of front companies, relabeled cargoes, and so on. The third reason is that it's geography. The Belt and Road Initiative, the fact that China receives a lot of its oil through the Strait of Hormuz makes Iran de facto very valuable. And third is really about diversion. You know, every American carrier group stationed in the Gulf is one that is not positioned off Taiwan. That is very important for China and for Chinese planners. And the one thing that I think Washington does not talk enough about until really yesterday when Secretary Rubio made it very clear, and is that China is building and built the missile program of Iran. Chinese firms supplied guidance systems. They supplied precision components for really decades. And they do so because a very aggressive Iran is a very useful Iran, so that the Chinese can reach out to Gulf countries, which are U.S. allies, and play the mediators. And we've seen that with how the Chinese brokered an Iran-Saudi normalization agreement.
You say the strikes are, quote, the opening act in the larger context against China. What does that mean? And are the stakes high enough that China would possibly consider intervening?
I don't think that China will intervene, and I think that they have been, in fact, very conflicted about what type of messaging they would send, but also because 40% of China's oil imports do pass through Hormuz. Every single move that Iran is making is hurting China. And so escalation threatens the one thing Beijing values above all in the Middle East, and it's uninterrupted commerce. And so I think that they made the calculus that the United States would never intervene to really make Iran less aggressive. And so I think that right now they are really struggling, and you can see that with their messaging, but also with their actions.
Zineb Riboua, thank you.
Thank you.